Hello there, it's me, Potato Mean, and welcome back to another showcase, finally. Sorry that this one took so long. I was actually trying to, build up a whole bunch of figures to show off, so... yeah, how about we get into it? It's the Invincible showcase, the guy from Fortnite. Yippee! Alright, so these figures definitely took a long time to make, and that's mainly because I've had summer classes to do for college, just so, I can get some credit, get that stuff over with. So yeah, let's start with the Invincible himself. Yeah, look at him. Ooh, he's so beautiful. Ooh. Fun fact, this is not the original head I had. This was the original head I had for this remake. And it does not look good when compared to this one. He has a massive forehead. Like this little one, he has a massive forehead for some reason. But yeah, this hairpiece and another hairpiece you'll see in just a minute. It's from Benson Bone. I just sanded off a tiny little tuft that kind of looked a little weird to me. To me at least. It's still a good hairpiece either way. Excuse me. But yeah, the eyes are 3D sculpted. And they are slightly outlined in black. I think where I got this whole idea of outlining, not outlining, but sculpting the eyes, like the goggles, I think I got it from a non-figs, or AJ, as he's called on Instagram. I think I got it from him, I don't know. I just saw some people, sculpting the eyes like this, and I think it was Anon that I first, was like, oh yeah, I should probably try that. So, I tried it, and I think it looks really nice. I think it looks better than the flat eyes, at least. There's a hair stuck on my hand. But yeah, the yellow, definitely a pain in the ass to paint, especially when, for some reason, I didn't apply, a white base coat or anything like that to try and, help with the vibrancy and just, help with the coats of paint. I just kind of, I just applied the yellow onto it. Also, fun fact, he used to have just a tiny little line going down the middle to represent his abs, his abdomen, because that's just how it was in, Season 1. But then they changed it to, this weird little smiley face, so I had to go back and fix that. Also, here's a little bit of comparison to the original. I didn't go with the shading from the show because I didn't like how it looked on the originals. So, yeah. Not much else to say, besides I probably should have made that blue a tiny bit larger. But, yeah, that's basically it. I like how this figure turned out. I don't have an unmasked head for him, by the way. I just never ended up making one sim with everybody else that has a mask. Here's Blue Suit Mark. Definitely a lot easier to make, and there's that hairpiece. Definitely a lot easier to make than the last one. But, yeah. Because the blue just went on, 2 coats, and then that was basically it. I like how this figure turned out, and obviously Season 2 is leading up to the Blue Suit arc in Season 3, so we'll probably see it there, and I hope they keep the same little smiley face ab detail, because I have it here, and I don't want to repaint it, and because that would be a pain in my butt. But yeah, 3D sculpted eyes. He's a little bit more mad looking. You can kind of see, a little bit of his brows kind of coming in, yeah, a little mad. You're a little angry. He's going through a phase. Okay, give him a minute. Anyways, here is Omni-Man. Ooh, remake of the original. I'll just quickly pull that one up. Here he is. Look at that. Ew, this thing looks disgusting when compared to this one. Ugh, especially that shading. Ew. So with this one, I decided to go with a lot more of a Lego type look, where they kind of give him full abs and not just little lines like how they do in the show. He actually just has straight up abs now. And of course, shoulder detail. Of course, that some Lego wouldn't do, but I do it anyways. And the thing I've kind of developed over time is that I would outline stuff like the inside of the abs, the side of the abs, even these little lines going on the biceps and the shoulders. Whew. Take a deep breath. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a deep breath for a second. But I do that mainly because I just like how it looks. I think it gives the figure a lot more depth, and I think it gives it a little bit more detail that makes it look a lot nicer. And it kind of brings it a little closer to how Lego would do it, like how when they print the ab detail onto figures, they would outline it in black or just whatever darker color the base color is, depending on the figure or depending on the detail or whatever. But it's something like that, and I like how it looks because I think it portrays depth a lot nicer. And I think, again, I just think it looks nice. Okay, shut up. The hairpiece is sculpted. The face is fully painted, unlike the original, where the original head was just a J. Jonah Jameson head that I just painted the stash and the eyebrows on. I accidentally hit my setup, and it made Omni-Man fall. Omni-Man is falling down, like London Bridge or something like that. I don't know, reference. So yeah, the hairpiece is sculpted, and he does have the angry face from the final episode of Season 1. I like how it looks. He's like, raw, I'm gonna beat my son. But yeah, he does also have back detail, as you can see. And I also did sculpt some thighs on him, because I thought, hey, why don't I try and bulk this guy up as much as possible? And I got inspiration from Benson again. Who would have guessed Benson Bone just coming in? I'm going to keep sucking his dick. Anyways, but I saw him like sculpt thighs onto his Venom from Spider-Man 2, the game, and I thought, hey, why don't I try the Omni-Man and some of these other bulkier characters? So I did, and I like how it looks. I like how it looks a lot, and of course I outlined it in black, because why not? Yeah, moving on. I'll do Adam Eve. Yeah, here's Adam Eve. Yeah, the face, I probably could have painted a whole new one, but I just really did not want to, because this project took a long time anyways. These figures have been sitting around for like, I started this like a month ago maybe, and I'm talking about like, because I made Omni-Man and Invincible first, like a while before when the first half of season 1 was coming out. But then when the second half of not season 1, season 2, like the first half of season 2 was coming out, I made Omni-Man and Invincible, the remakes. So for this, when part 2 of season 2 was coming out, I was like, why don't I just make some other characters? So I made Adam Eve. Sorry, it's just like, this is my third time re-recording this because I'm just not happy with the other results. But yeah, I made Adam Eve, and I made a few others, obviously. And the face, I don't know who this came from. I think it's from like some Jurassic Park characters. I don't know. But the hairpiece, I don't know what it's called. I just know that I sculpted this side. Like I cut off whatever little bit of hair was kind of dangling down and re-sculpted it. I also had to like hollow the shit out of this hairpiece just to make sure it doesn't scratch the paint, because the paint buildup on this is insane. But she does have an alternate face where she is pretty mad looking. She's like, "Rah, Adam Eve power go," or some, I don't know, manipulate atoms. Who's Adam? But here's the back detail. I painted all this onto an Aerialite curved torso because at the time I wasn't making my own. I just had this pink one lying around, so I was like, I'll just use it. And the hands, I know the hands are a different pink, okay? It's either I paint them and have them risk like chipping over time, and then that means the paint is going to be uneven when I reapply it. And that gets really annoying, but I'm just going to stick with this for now until like Lego makes a close enough hand color, which probably never going to happen, but who knows. Also, fun fact, the shorts, because they are short in the show, like, and all these figures are based on the shows, not the comic. But in the show, she has really short shorts. So I try to portray that by having it go like halfway down the thigh, which the curve on the Lego figure is the thigh. And then of course when it meets the flat part, that's a calf, and I guess this is where the knee would be, where that little black line is. I don't know. I'm not that Lego anatomy is kind of weird, but yeah. So initially I had the shorts going down like halfway down the thigh, and that just looked really weird because the pink hip, I had to go all the way down, which obviously I wasn't gonna do like half the shorts pink up and then half the hip is flesh from below, like light nougat. I wasn't gonna have that because that would look really weird. But yeah, so I just extended the shorts and fix all that, and I think it looks really nice. It's probably my least favorite figure though, but who cares? I'm gonna do this in order from when I made them. So now we have the Mauler Twins, and I say twins because it's not just a single one. There's two of them. Ooh. Also, fun fact, I have no clue which one came first. I'm being so genuine when I say this. I don't know. I was simultaneously working on these guys. I don't know which one I finished first. That's the thing. I don't, like, because I'm pretty sure one took a tiny bit longer. So I finished one of them by sealing them up. I don't know which one it is though. And the only difference between them is the heads. That's it. But yeah. I just used a knockoff Thanos mid-fig piece. It's like a Mr. Incredible style one that, obviously came in like a 4-pack or something like that of knockoff figures. And I did put like a little like Lego head neck thing, kind of like just slid it down onto the actual neck peg, because the head would sit really low if I just did not do that, so I extended it a little bit. Hey guys, Future Tato here. This video was recorded like months and months ago, like back during the summer. And currently it's October, the end of October when I'm recording this, so it's probably going to be November by the time I upload this video. But I kind of wanted to come here and say, like, that whole neck peg idea of sliding, like, a minifigure neck, like, the bottom of a minifigure head onto the neck peg was actually inspired by Dylan the Most, or Moose Figs on Instagram. If you hear noises in the background, I'm just walking around my apartment, so that's why you hear that. But I just kind of wanted to mention that because I kind of forgot to mention it in the video. So, and yeah, not a whole lot of detail on this dude, mainly because in the show they just don't have a lot of detail in general, and obviously this is all based on the shows. Okay, I'm gonna get that clear. But yeah, I like how this figure turned out. Obviously, oh, he fell over. Extended legs, like how I usually would. But yeah, that's about it for that guy. Moving on, we have Angstrom Levy. Yeah, the main villain of Season 2. So, this dude's definitely the simplest. He has just a trench coat and all. And here, I'm not going to disassemble him because I don't feel like it. There's the dress pants and the shirt below. I think it looks really nice. The head is from like some DC guy with the hook hand from like some Arkham Asylum set. I used it on the Electro figure from the MCU. Oh, excuse me. But I just pulled it from that figure that I made a while back. And I just slapped it onto here, and I tried to color match the brain sculpt that I did as close as possible, which I think I got pretty close. I think it looks really nice for like a reddish brown. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. I like this figure. Definitely the simplest, but yeah, moving on. Because we have better figures later on. Here we have the Immortal. Ooh. Yeah. The face is fully painted, and the hairpiece is just a receding hairline with a little bit sculpted on the bottom, just kind of like represent his mullet. I like how it turned out. The face, he does have an alternate face similar to Omni-Man, which is funny how these two are the only ones with alternate faces, and it's just them a lot more mad looking. Like you got a neutral face, and then you just got one where they're a lot more pissed. I don't know, I just find it funny. But he has the exact same sculpted muscle detail as Omni-Man, even including the thighs. And everything else is just like, this is probably my least favorite, like second least favorite suit to make, and it's just because like all these random details, like all these random lines, where does that go, and just why are these yellow parts here? Like, what's the point? It's just, it's probably like the second most detailed figure, like out of the showcase, and it's just like, damn, bro, why you got some of this? You know, I don't know. It just kind of like annoyed me having to like paint all that yellow specifically. So yeah. Fun fact, only one of these figures actually uses a white paint, a new white paint that I got that lays really flat. I'll get to that like when I actually make that figure. But yeah, for all these other figures that use white paint, I did not have access to that paint, which is honestly kind of saddening because it's a really good white paint. But yeah, moving on. We have the robot. Or robot, I guess. I don't know. I didn't make Rudy because I didn't feel like it. So I just made Robot because it's a lot more interesting looking, and even then he can just sit inside the suit, so I could just make that excuse. But yeah. The head is just a Lego Ninjago skeleton head from the Legacy sets that I just sculpted a chrome dome onto. Well, I say chrome dome when it's not chrome, it's just, you know, a dome. You know, he's bald. And I just stuck a Lego bar piece onto the back, and I just like, you know, I cut the bar piece, stuck it onto the back, glued it on, you know, did whatever. I also extended the neck a little bit because it sat really low. And then I sculpted the eyes, sculpted ears, and everything else that needed to be sculpted. Also, fun fact, when it comes to these figures, I've kind of developed this whole like ideology, or just like idea, I guess, I don't know, just creative liberty or something, I don't know what to call it, where I would just like paint black outlining to kind of outline certain aspects, like to either give it depth or just to like kind of have detail in that area, just so it doesn't look as flat. And I did it here with the nose, the eyes, like the base of the eyes, the base of the ears, and just about anything similar to that, even like the little bolts on the side of his jaw. I think it looks really nice. I like how it looks. I probably could have done like one on the inside of the eyes too, but I decided not to, I guess. The shoulders are sculpted, obviously, and everything else is just orange, and then, you know, everything else is painted, really. I didn't think about sculpting the chest, but the bottom jaw got in the way, and I was like, oh, well, now I can't do that, so that sucks. But I think it looks really nice either way. I think a robot is probably like my least favorite to paint, and it's just because of like the leg detail, because it was difficult finding that leg reference. I hate trying to find back shots of these what? Anyways, moving on, we have Rexplosion. I like how this figure turned out. I did mix a little bit of dark red. I think it was just like dark red, orange, and stuff like that, but it just looks really similar to my dark red paint, especially after I sealed it. So now I probably could have just used that paint instead of actually having to like mix one, but doesn't matter now. So I really like how the face turned out. I did have to repaint the eyes because he does have the goggles, and I did think about making him 3D, but I was like, nah, I don't want to sculpt that, and that would just look a little weird. So I just made him flat, and I like how it turned out. He does use some neck piece from like a knockoff like Jujutsu Kaisen figure. I think it was like Gojo, the white-haired one with the blindfold. I think it was him. I like how it turned out. He does have side detail, obviously. He doesn't have any 3D accessories like the belt or even like the little gadgets on the belt, mainly because I just did not feel like doing that, and I also just kind of forgot to make the gadgets 3D. So when I went to go seal this guy, I was like, wait, I didn't add his little like do jabs, his little gadgets. Don't mind that. His little gadgets on the side of his belt and just on his belt, and I was like, oh, I gotta paint that on real quick, because I couldn't make a 3D by this point. Because if I did, it would only have the paint to actually stick to, and that would probably chip and just like fall off over time, and I don't want that, man. But yeah, I like how this figure turned out. The yellow paint was definitely the most annoying part because it can clump. It can like clump up, and just like paint buildup is insane, man. Even if you water it down. But yeah, the boots are actually like color matched to the gloves because it is that new medium brown color. Yeah, I'll just pull out Angstrom Levy and compare the hand colors. Here, boom, there you go. Reddish brown and medium brown comparison, I guess. But yeah, I like how it matched. I think I got it perfectly actually, in just white mixed with brown. I think it looks nice. Here is the final figure, Alan the Alien, because obviously I had to make Alan, Seth Rogen. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is where I used that white paint. It's just some airbrush white paint that I used with a normal brush because I don't have an actual airbrush, so it is a little difficult to apply at first. Maybe if I do get an airbrush, it might make it a little bit easier, but for now, I just have to use an actual brush. I can't talk today. It's like this is my third time re-recording this, by the way. I'm gonna say that again. But yeah, I like how this dude looks. I sculpted the head, like the weird like little tip he has at the back, and even his brow and the ears, obviously, because Lego tends to do pointed ears when it comes to like elves and all that. So I thought, hey, wouldn't it make sense if I gave this dude pointed ears? Hell, they even gave hold on. They even gave pointed ears to Beast from the X-Men. So you know what? I was gonna like. I took that same ideology and I put it here. Also, another thing, when it comes to Cyclopses, Lego tends to make like the actual like white bits of the eye. This is a white, but you know what I mean. They tend to do that. So I was like, okay, I'll take that same logic and apply it here. But before I added that tiny little white dot in the black part of the eye, I was like, dude, this guy looks so cursed. He looks so weird. Cause it just felt so weird because he doesn't have like any shine in his eye in the actual show. So I was like trying to portray that, and it just did not look right. So I put the little white dot, and it's like, okay, yeah, that looks better, much better. So I like how it turned out. Using the exact same Thanos body piece, and you can kind of see like where that little neck is at the base of the kind of at the top of the chest. You can kind of see like where I cut that neck piece off of a head and then slipped it on. I don't know if that makes any sense. You can figure it out yourself if you want to, but who cares? Yeah, I like how this figure turned out. The white paint lays really flat, extended legs, everything, all that. And he actually has 3D pieces. Crazy. It's just cardstock paper. That's it. That's actually it. But I like how this figure turned out. Definitely one of my favorites. I like how the green turned out and everything. So yeah, I like it. And that's it for the Invincible showcase. Now, do I have any figures to tease? Yes, I do. So my next big project is going to be Elden Ring. So I'm working on my Tarnished. And then I already have one of these figures done. Let me solo her, obviously. And then I just have like 2 random ones. This is just to like hold accessories and whatnot. So like I have the spiked gloves I used at some point along with the Albinoric head because I think it's a funny mask in the game. And then just like a white mask Vare, just like that's not like a full custom. That's just kind of like a makeshift one for a bit. That's it. And of course I have like one more Fortnite figure to make. So I'm just gonna tease Fortnite again. So here's Fish Stick. Woohoo, crazy. But yeah, my next big project is definitely gonna be Elden Ring, and that's gonna take so long, especially with like Radon and the Fire Giant. That's gonna take so long, man. So yeah, expect that video in like a year or two, because it's gonna take me a million years to work on it. Anyways, I do have one more video I can upload. It's the what do you call it? It's Spider-Man, like Tateoverse Spider-Man, where I did more figures for that, but I recorded that video a while ago, like months ago. Back when I used to show like my nightly one version, like not this like IRL Tato, just the other Tato. I don't know how to describe it. It's just from the nightly ones video. You know what I mean. But I don't know if I should post that because it's really old and I just don't want to re-record it. So I'll probably just end up posting it and just like going from there. So yeah, that's about it. See ya. Woo.
Oh, great. Where am I now?
Hey. And who might you be, stranger?
I'm in.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, that just kind of happens when I say my name.
Oh, that's odd. Anyways, my name's Spider-Man.
Nice to meet you, Spider-Man.
Yeah, just make sure not to forget the hyphen. Everybody tends to forget the hyphen for some reason.
So how's superhero life treating you?
I've been decent, but you know, my love life has been kind of iffy, so it's kind of bringing it down to.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, but me and my girlfriend have been pretty steady lately.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, hopefully this guy named Paul doesn't.
What's wrong?
Hello, clone. Welcome to the world. I'm not the clone, you're the clone. Only the superior mind could do such a thing. No, you're the clone. Why do you think you were just laying down? I thought I was the original. No, clearly I'm the original. No, you're right. No, I'm the original. No, that doesn't make any sense. I'm the smartest one. I'm starting to see why my mother called me a mistake.
So, you and Duplicate are dating, huh?
Yeah, we've been dating for a bit now.
Really? Aren't you over like 1,000 years old and she's like in her 20s or something?
Yes to both questions, but you know what they say. Age is just a number.
Oh, really? Dad, come turn this guy into a Fortnite back bling. Woohoo! You ready to get this victory royale, Immortal?
Fuck you.
God, this is such a bot lobby. Everyone here sucks.
Wow. Bigot. Stop fucking crying, bitch! Where? I don't wanna fucking hear it! Huh?
Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets. Look at the map, go to the mark sheet. Take me to